right, and I think we have an email question to start the night. Let's go ahead and put that up. Okay, email question says, I was injured severely in an accident a little over a year ago. I've been in quite a lot of pain due to it, and I'm aware that I originally had a great case. Can I still go through with my case, or due to the time limitations, have I lost that option? Brian, is 1 year too long to wait in order to hire an attorney and pursue a case?
So I think that's the most common question. I've been getting this more recently, is sometimes my clients want to wait until their medical treatment is done and kind of do everything on their own. And I think it's best if you have a serious legal issue, whether it's an injury case or otherwise, to go ahead and contact an attorney and have them assist you with the legal process. But I guess in Florida, it is a little bit different. So I think as of March 25th, 2023, what we call the statute of limitations is 2 years. In other words, you have 2 years to pursue a claim against somebody, either have a lawsuit filed or have a case settled. But prior to March 25th, 2023, it was 4 years to have any sort of injury claim against somebody. It's
Right.
wrongful death, the statute of limitations or the time frame is different. And then the big thing between states is the time frames are different. You're licensed in Georgia,
Right.
so Georgia I think is 2 years, Alabama is 2 years, Florida is now 2 years, Tennessee is 1 year, but everywhere is a little bit different.
Right.
We used to be 4 years for an at-fault party, and then 5 years for a first-party claim, which technically we're still 5 years.
Yeah, you know, right
and that
now
gets a
we're
little hazy.
Yeah, we're kind of in this weird phase right now. So the statute changed last year to make the statute of limitations for bringing a personal injury claim 2 years. Prior to that statute going into effect, it was 4 years. So if you were in a wreck in 2021 or 2022, as long as it was after May,
I think May 24th.
25th, May
25th,
or 26th, yeah. So as long as after today, 4 years ago, you still have a 4-year statute of limitations in order to bring a claim. Any claims arising after that May 25th date is going to be a 2-year statute of limitations. And so, you know, you talked about a year being too late. It's not too late to bring a claim, but really the biggest thing when we talk about bringing claims is, you know, what justifies payment of damages. And that really goes back to your medical treatment, your injuries, if you've lost time from work, if you've missed those things. We're going to have evidence in order to bring a claim. So 1 year is not too late to bring a claim. And as long as you've been seeking that medical treatment and building, you know, your damages case, getting the treatment, if you've missed time from work, incurred medical expenses, those are all things that we can bring a claim for even after a year. So it's not too late, but ideally you would contact an attorney shortly after a wreck because there are a lot of other legal issues. There's legal issues dealing with health insurance. There's legal issues dealing with your auto insurance, the type of benefits you get under your own policy. There may be legal issues dealing with the defendant that caused the wreck. Is it a wreck that occurred while you were at work? Is it a wreck that occurred with somebody that was from out of state? There's a lot of different issues you have to look at. So the sooner the better you're going to want to contact an attorney.
No, I think the only other thing, which again, not to get in the weeds like sometimes we do, but for instance, now it's 2 years, so it's a kind of short time frame legally speaking, and everybody thinks 2 years is a long time, but sometimes medical treatment takes 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. But we have certain issues where if an at-fault party passes away unrelated to a car wreck, like an older gentleman has a heart attack, you know, a year after a wreck, you have a certain time frame where you have to file a claim with his estate or it expires. So pretty much the big thing is if you have a legal issue, I know we say it every single week, is give somebody a call. The statute of limitations is, that's how malpractice, yeah, that's how malpractice happens.
Yeah.
Happens.
Yeah. And you talk about contacting an attorney soon. I have a case actually right now where I represent an out-of-state party. They're a resident of North Carolina, and they were involved in a wreck 3 years ago. Now it's enough time to bring a claim for bodily injury against the at-fault driver, and it turned out that the person that struck this gentleman was a drunk driver. So it's a very clear liability case. He had injuries, he had treatment, he's had some problems since then. But because he was from a state that had a different statute of limitations for uninsured motorist coverage, he actually waited too long in order to contact us because the state where he was from, uninsured motorist coverage, which is coverage that will compensate you in the event you're injured by somebody who does not have insurance or does not have enough insurance, the state where he lived, his uninsured motorist statute of limitations was 2 years. and he waited 3 years to contact
So
us.
he potentially, depending on coverage,
Depending on the coverage,
cost him.
depending on the underlying, what the at-fault party has, he potentially waited too long to avail himself of that valuable coverage. So again, something like this happens, you want to contact a lawyer, and the way we work is on a contingency fee. So you're not coming out of pocket to pay an attorney to tell you what your rights are, because with a contingency fee agreement, we don't get paid unless you get paid. We take it, our fee is a percentage of the recovery. And we can tell you if you have a valuable case, if it's worth pursuing, or if it's not. And sometimes it is, and sometimes it isn't. It really just depends.